I think the history with New Holland is just solely on family owned and operated stores.
Yes. One thing I've really seen in the last couple of years is we've seen these mega corporations, John Deere, Cat, other brands, just really getting out and making one dealership for the whole state. Do you see New Holland doing that? Because for a majority of the customers that we sell to, they don't want to purchase from a big conglomerate company that's publicly traded. They want to buy from somebody that knows them personally.
You know, Going back to the lineage of New Holland specifically in the CNH industrial umbrella, you've got Case IH, you've got Case Construction, you've got New Holland. New Holland has always been within the organization the ma and pa stores, right? We do have, large dealerships, multi locations. Your buddy Doug Williams, and he started from one store and he branched out, and that's something that we drive based on the acquisitions within a state or a particular area. But I think the lineage of New Holland is going to stay with that single store or one or two locations. Just like you guys, I mean, y'all are doing a fabulous job with a single store. You always wonder, what could I do with two or three more stores? But the reality that everybody has to think about is, I can only manage what I can be there. You know what I mean? If you're not watching your money, you're going to have to entrust somebody to watch your money. So I think the lineage of the New Holland dealership has always been that family focused. The problem that we're seeing now is within the generational, the parents, are wanting to get out. The children coming up, or their children, don't want anything to do with it. They went off to college and they've invested into the practices that they want to be in, or the whatnot. So that's what's happening. I think majority of what we've got going on in the dealership is the family has either been, handed down to that next generation that doesn't want that. But I think that through our, network development, we still strive for that single store location. And then, if something happens, somebody goes out, we definitely want to, open that door for them to, have an opportunity to make multi locations.
Mm-hmm.
But I think, the history with New Holland is just, solely on, family owned and operated stores. I don't think.
Well, you go back to heritage. Heritage is family owned, right, family operated, family driven.
Right. Well, there's a lot. When I first started in 2013, I mean, we had probably majority of our dealerships were family owned and operated. Second, third, fourth, fifth generation. But you get down the line, and these younger kids, pardon me if I'm wrong, was it the millennials, should I say? They didn't want any part of it. They strayed away from the farm. They strayed away from the business. They, wanted to do 360 degrees opposite.
Well, I think, especially going out from the 70s and 80s, there was no money in agriculture.
That's right.
I mean, the parents told their kids, "Hey, you need to go find something else, because we can barely cover fuel costs." And we were talking with a client that was interested in a Mini X or in skid steer the other day, and I asked him, I said, "So where are you from?" He goes, "I'm from here." And I said, "Well, your address shows that you're from Dallas, or living in Dallas." And he goes, "Well, my family had a farm here, and in the 80s, we had paid for land, paid for equipment, paid for everything, and we were losing money." And he goes, "My dad said, you got to go do something else." And so they sold the farm, and they went off, and they went into the landfill business, and then now they're coming back. And he said, "We made buku's money in landfill, but we sold the farm." And so I think we're going to see somewhat of that coming back around in our generation. We see everything inflated. We see everything that's got a market reverse. We see people going, "Well, you don't have to work as hard as I did, because you don't have you can do technology, you can go medical, you can do lawyer, whatever that may be, and you just don't have to work as hard." And I think that market eventually comes back around full circle.
Yeah, I'd say we're in a boomerang in the society where you make a trip around the world and come back to what's comfortable. A lot of kids go out there and spread their wings and fly and, do whatever they want to do in life. And then they eventually come back to the farm or come back to the family business. I've seen it time and time again. I graduated from the University of Arkansas, and I thought there could be no better job in agriculture. Agriculture makes the world go round. I know, Sterling, you on one of your episodes, you made full circle of agriculture. So I thought, how could we go wrong? And boy, was I wrong. I went out there and I was a county agent one time in my life. Then I wanted some more money, so I sold food for Cisco. Then I started building bridges, and then I made a full circle back to New Holland. So I kind of went around the horn and made it, a commitment back to agriculture by equipment. So I think that's something that a lot of the guys and girls out there, they got to make full circle and live their life experiences. Ultimately, in their heart, they know where home is.